This is the Two Scrappy Chicks podcast where life is messy, the stories are real, and we dare to talk about it anyway.
Welcome back. Real Housewives of the OC. I believe this is the third episode. Season 20. They've been around the longest. They're the OGs. All right. So we start out with we're at Tamara's house and she is packing because Sophia is moving. And this will be the first time Tamara and Eddie are empty nesters. Next, we have Emily and Shannon with Dr. Tim, the chiropractor. Now, it's very interesting the things he was having them do. When I go to my chiropractor, I get my back done because that's what's been bothering me the most. And it was really interesting what the adjustments he was doing on Shannon because she was like screaming. So, yeah. Uh, I don't know if I would want to go to Dr. Tim. That looked painful. So Shannon says to Emily that from, the night before at her party that the talk about the podcast between Emily and Tamara was outrageous. And Emily said she felt like it was a jab of Tamara saying that she wasn't allowing Emily to go to iHeart events because she told iHeart no, and now she's telling Emily um, that she took it back and that she can. So Tam, um, so Emily's podcast is started out on Two T's in a Pod, but then she moved to her own platform. But Two T's in a Pod still airs it, and if people download it there and listen, uh, Tamara and Teddy they get paid for that. So I don't know if Emily has encouraged people to come to her platform and do it or what. All right. So now we're back to Tamra and they are um in the moving van. Eddie's driving and I guess it was raining, but then when they got to where her daughter was moving to, it wasn't, which it can happen. So they're helping her move in and arrange the stuff. So then we go to Vicky. And she wants the Tres Amigas back, which is her, Tamra, and Shannon. And she calls Shannon. Um, Shannon was still with Emily, and she calls her and says, I want the three of us to have lunch. And Emily tells Shannon, yes, you should go and do it. So Shannon agrees. And I believe they're going to the Quiet Woman. I believe that's what it's called. Okay, so Tamara was talking to Sophia about the lunch that Vicky wants her to go to, and Tamara said she feels like Shannon wants her to be the villain, and that um, Tamara said she did say things about Shannon on the girls' trip. Next, it's Jen and Ryan, and her kids' dad is not involved, and it's really been rough. Um, and then we go to Heather, and Emily calls Heather, and Heather said she was bummed by um conversation she had with Jen at Emily's party. And um she feels effed over by her. Next we see Carmella, and she was talking about she got Emily a Dior clutch, and as a joke, she had a vibrator in the bag. And Shane happened to find it and grabbed it, and Emily was just like confused. And Emily said Carmella kept asking her if she was going to open her gifts. Well, now she realizes why. Okay. Vicky meets Jen and Gina for lunch. It's lunch or dinner, I'm not sure. And Vicky has a conference talking finance, and she likes talking to Gina about finance. And Gina was asking her a question about, um, I think, a prenup. So Vicky was giving her advice, and that, then she was telling the girl she really wants Tamara and Shannon to make up. Next, we go to Carmella's house. Her daughters Presley and Faith are there, and she said, I believe it's her younger one, has missed a lot of school. And Carmella was like, you got to stop that, because that's not gonna, help things. And Carmella will get in trouble as well. Okay. And, oh, and then one of the girls was telling Carmella, yeah, I was on Amazon and there was like a bunch of vibrators. And that's when Carmella said that was as a gag gift. So, then we have, uh, we're back at Jen's house and Emily comes over because Jen is cleaning out her closet and getting rid of stuff. And, her and Jen were trying on clothes. There's this cute dress that Emily put on and she looked really good. And then they go in Ryan's closet and they were, making fun of him. All right. So then we see Tamra and she goes to Teddy's house and it took her like 2 hours to get there. And this was really sweet because her and Teddy were talking about when it happened, her cancer, and how tough it was for Tamra last year and how tough it's been on Teddy and the kids and that. But Teddy really looked good. And I'm trying to think, how long ago did they film? Because I know with the Valley, when they ended, it was October, and now this is July. It seems kind of a long time. So I want to say it's probably maybe shortened for the Housewives. Um, I don't know if they started recording before or after the new year. Okay, next we see Gina and Travis, and they go to dinner. And Gina talks to him about a prenup, and then they start talking about the name change. And Gina is still undecided because she does not want to change it because, having the same name as her kids. And it didn't seem like Travis, thought one way or the other. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, um, oh, Gina also could hyphenate it like I hyphenate mine, but hers would be uh what Kirschenscheider's hyphen Mullen, so that would be even longer than what I have to hyphen mine. Next we see Heather, and she said she has a box of her mom's stuff, and she takes it out, and she was saying the stuff was moldy, so I'm sure she probably just pitched the whole box. Then we see Carmella is actually vacuuming. That house is huge. I'm surprised she doesn't have a housekeeper. Maybe she does. Maybe she just vacuums in between like people do. All right, and we see Shannon with her dogs. And Archie, she's trying every which way to give him pills, and he's just too smart and not wanting to take the pills. And then, as sadly, I believe it was after they finished filming, Archie passed, so she just has the other dog. But it's so sad when you lose a pet. All right, so we go back to Jen's house, and she's talking to Grayson, and Grayson, um, she's concerned because he got caught speeding and it was significantly like high. Like the fee is like over $700. I don't know if this kid could lose his license. And she's just talking to him, I know things are hard because of the divorce and it's been a lot and he doesn't see his dad and um you know, he like any other kid, upset. He doesn't see his dad. He misses his dad. And Jen asked him if there was anything else going on and he said, "Yeah, I'm being teased." And then she starts crying and she doesn't understand why he would be teased and she's just like just heartbroken for her son. And then he gives his mama a hug and I thought that was really sweet. Okay, so now it is the lunch with the Tres Amigas, and it is the quiet woman. Okay. Um, the owner, he knows all the girls, and there's a sign, and Vicky likes it, and she asks if it has to do with the housewives coming there, where it says, "Talk and treat people the way you want to be spoken to." And pretty much there's more to it. If you pause it, you can read it. Um, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. So Tamara says, um, or Shannon said Tamara had called her a drunk, can't get a man, and had no money. Um, so Shannon was expressing, how hurtful all that was. And so, well, yeah, and I'm not sure if that was said at the girls' trip or when that was said. And let's see. Well, I want it, I want to say it because that was the end of the episode, but I don't know who said this, but I wrote it down. It says, "Live and say how it was a gift to film with you." I'm not sure if Tamara said that to Shannon. I think she did. And Tamara does apologize. I can't talk. Tamara does apologize to Shannon and says sorry. Um, and that, she wants to come to a happy place. So, I'm not sure if that was the end of their lunch or if it picks up at the next episode. But those two have been feuding a lot, and especially last year. But I want to say when Tamara was on Watch What Happens Alive, I think Andy talked to her about it, and I think they're still in a good place. So we shall see what happens the rest of the season, if this stays this way or not. And reunion, which we're quite not there yet because we're only on episode 3, and I'm not sure if they're telling us how many episodes. It varies. It depends on the franchise, how many episodes. Maybe 3, let's say. I don't know, maybe 16, and then they have the reunion, and usually with them it's 3 episodes of reunion. So, but yeah, so far I think it's going well, and I do like the new girl, Carmella. We seem to learn more and more about her each time. So yeah, that will wrap it up for Housewives of the OC. Wasn't much happening in this episode, but yeah, I if I had to pick which which was my favorite Housewives. I mean, it's hard to say. I would say my top three, Beverly Hills, well, in what order? Maybe the OC first, then Beverly Hills, and then Salt Lake City. And Salt Lake City should start airing, I would think, in the fall. And then I'd have to check Beverly Hills. I don't even know if they're filming yet. So, okay. All right. Well, that is it for now. Hope everyone has a good week. Bye. We really appreciate you hanging out with the two scrappy chicks today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share it with a friend. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, just let us know.